Okay, let's face it, Facebook is hard to quit. I mean, the social media website basically sucks you in. And Jennifer, a lot of people asking this question tonight, what did management at the mall have to say about security for their customers?
Well, all this month, CBS 19's Anthony Austin has been bringing us stories from Iraq.
You can see behind me that they're actually working on one of the bridges. Well, listen to this story. A man tries to break into an Arkansas pawn shop by going down the chimney. Now, the problem is the chimney was sealed off. Can you believe we actually saw someone who had a bag full of money just laying in their passenger seat? Okay, we have some breaking news coming into our newsroom right now. The Cherokee County Sheriff's Office is investigating a shooting that happened this afternoon. So I'm joined right now by Mark Randall. He's the president of Tyler Proud. He has 5 children in Tyler ISD.
You still have a few hours to take advantage of the offer. The event ends tonight at 10, and you know why I'm laughing right here.
Because you think I'm good to go? Can I go get some free Chick-fil-A?
I think that you would definitely qualify for the whole enchilada.
Okay, I think I can get it, the full meal.
From your local news leader, KYTX CBS 19 News at 5 starts now.
Good Friday afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Anthony Austin.
And I'm Jillian Sheridan, in for Jamie. At the top tonight, storms may move into East Texas soon.
That's right. We are under a severe thunderstorm watch in parts of East Texas, so let's head right over to meteorologist Doc Deason with the latest. New information this evening on the Cyclospora outbreak. 21 new confirmed cases have popped up in Texas within the last 24 hours. George Roberts with Net Health says the state is reporting 101 cases of Cyclospora. That's up from the 80 cases reported Thursday. Now, there are a total of 3 cases in East Texas, 2 cases in Smith County, and 1 in Hunt County. The illness is usually brought on by ingesting water or food contaminated with feces. Health experts advise you wash your fruits and vegetables thoroughly before eating them. An update on the train that went off the tracks in Spain Wednesday, killing 78 people. Police have finally detained the driver of that train. Now, 52-year-old Francisco Jose Garzon in custody as they investigate the cause of the disaster. 47-year-old Ana Marie Cordoba from Virginia died in the crash. Her husband and daughter and several other Americans were also injured, including Robert Fariza's wife.
She unfortunately got really she got hurt very bad.
We'll inspect the black boxes for clues about why the train may have been traveling at more than twice the 50-mile-per-hour speed limit. More than 24 people are still in the hospital in serious condition, including 4 children. Train traffic resumed today on the line next to the crash site. All right, listen to this. It looks like a new Walmart neighborhood market has finalized plans to move into the old Albertsons location at Troop and the Loop in Tyler. The leasing agent for the South Park Shopping Center says Walmart bought the location Thursday. We first told you last year Walmart applied for a building permit there in September. There's no word how long construction will take or when it will open.
Well, that building has been vacant now for so long. It will be nice to have something in there again. Well, it was back to work today at Cowboys Camp in California. And you know, every year some of the former Cowboy greats show up to kind of check on their former team.
Our Eric Sullivan, who did not take yesterday off like the Cowboys players, joins us live from Oxnard with more on some of the ex-Cowboys on hand. It all happened here at the Two Rivers grocery store in Big Sandy. A man came here to buy some groceries, and when a black employee came to bag those groceries for him, he told the people who worked at the store that he didn't want a black person touching his groceries. Now he's filed a complaint in federal court saying that the store violated his religion. It was March 5th, a Monday night, when DeWitt Thomas says he walked into this small grocery store in Big Sandy to buy groceries. In handwritten court documents, Thomas says he approached the checkout and was unhappy with the person he saw bagging his food.
Great day. And I said, okay, I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, Lima Rayburn was the cashier that night, and Aaron Menifee was the man bagging his groceries.
He said it was against his creed for a black person to touch his groceries.
According to the lawsuit, Thomas told both Menifee and Rayburn he didn't want, quote, a Negroidial or a black person touching his food, saying it was against his creed.
I just froze. I couldn't say nothing.
Menifee called someone else to the front to bag Thomas's groceries. The manager that night told Thomas to leave.
I told him that God loves everybody, that God don't see no color.
Thomas says he returned to the store 2 days later to buy drinks. Menifee once again tried to bag Thomas's groceries.
And when she handed me his drinks, the guy said It was against his creed for a black person to touch his groceries.
This time, Keith Langston, the owner of the Two Rivers grocery store, was there.
We treat everybody the same.
Langston called police and had Thomas given a warning for criminal trespassing.
Yeah, I made it perfectly clear that we weren't going to have any of that racism in here against anybody.
We called to DeWitt Thomas.
I've been going to the store for years.
He agreed to meet us at our studio to share his side of the story.
I may have stepped on somebody's toes, but they may have been offended, but they shouldn't be. You know, this is supposed to be America, and, you know, they want cultural diversity. Let's give them cultural, diversity.
Thomas says his religion is a form of Hinduism.
My creed encompasses Vedism, and that's Vedism in its etymology means knowledge.
In court documents, Thomas uses verses from the Old Testament of the Bible that speak about people of color. He views them as untouchable.
I consider my race my family, man. I love my people, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Thomas says what upset him the most was being locked in the store against his will when police were called.
I was locked in the store under the color of law, which is false imprisonment.
But Langston said he locked the door because it was closing time.
And that was not the case. He was just trying to explain his viewpoints to me, and I was listening to him.
Now there's a lawsuit on the table. Thomas demanding a jury trial.
I feel like I'm going to win. I'm going to win.
And the people involved.
No, that's uncalled for.
Wondering why it all had to come to this. So far, no court date has been set in this matter. We do know that Mr. Thomas actually contacted the store owner to set up a meeting time sometime this weekend, but the store owner didn't meet with him because he wasn't sure exactly what he wanted to meet about. Reporting in Big Sandy, Upshur County, Anthony Austin, KYTX, CBS 19 News. Back to you. Justin, it's called infant self-rescue, and you may already be familiar with this technique. And we want to let you know you're going to see children crying, but it's all part of the learning process. Now we're going to take a look at some video here that has been circulating on Facebook. And what this video shows, you see an infant right there. His toy falls in the water. He falls into the water as well. Now he's able to somehow swim to the top, kick over, and catch his breath and cry for help. And some people have been wondering, is this video for real? I can tell you it is, because today I saw it for myself. To some people, it may appear this one-year-old girl is crying because she's afraid. But that's not the case. Briley Oates is yelling for help because that's what she's been taught to do if she finds herself in the water.
On the first day, she was floating on her back. It was amazing.
Jennifer and Cody Oates signed their daughter up for Infant Swimming Resources self-rescue class. Instructors teach children as young as 6 months old to float, rest, and breathe in the water until help arrives.
No matter if she is on the side or like if she was on the steps and walking in, anything, she automatically rolls to her back and she will float on her back the whole time.
Good job.
Tiffany Andrews teaches this technique to children in Northeast Texas.
We teach using sensory motor learning, and so the same way they learn to walk and sit up.
It takes 4 to 6 weeks for these children to become completely skilled.
My son actually took the class as an infant before he was even 1.
Her son Brady will soon be in kindergarten, and not only can he roll over and float, but he can also swim to the edge of the pool.
So I don't drown.
You may have noticed earlier that Briley had her clothes on in the water. That's on purpose so she can learn to float in what she wears every day.
I have 100% confidence that she'd survive.
For these parents, it's a sense of peace, knowing their children have the skills to survive.
There's no greater gift than my child.
And one thing that's important to stress, parent supervision is always important, no matter if your child has these skills or not, Justin.
It is amazing, though, how quickly the children pick up on that whole process. But what is the time commitment like, though, for these survival lessons? Well,
I was told today, Justin, the classes are 5 days a week for 4 to 6 weeks. Young children only spend about 10 minutes in the pool at a time because they can get tired, as you see there, from what they have to do. And as a parent, you have to be present. Average lesson fees can range from $75 to $110 per week, depending on where you're located.